It's no mystery that Spotify doesn't pay out a ton of money per stream on their platform. However, how much we get paid per stream is very dependent on the country where that stream comes from. I wanted to understand how much money I could make in any given country and which countries pay out the most per stream. So in this video, we're going to dig into how much you can make in any individual country on Spotify. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the way Spotify pays out per stream, essentially what they do is they take a calculation of all the streams that are earned in a single country, and then they look at how much money they've made from premium subscriptions, how much money they made from ad revenue, and then they pay out to the artists as a percentage of the overall streams that they individually earn. So if there are 5 million streams in one country and one artist gets 1 million of those streams, they are going to get 1/5 of the pot. And as you might imagine, in countries where there are more Spotify premium users, Spotify is going to earn more money and then they're going to pay out more money as a result. In countries where there are fewer premium users, they make less money, so they pay out less money. And also in countries where there is a higher population, there are going to be more people listening on average than there are in countries with a much lower population. So all of these things are a factor when it comes to how much you get paid per individual stream in any given country. Now, in my research to uncover how much Spotify pays per stream per country, I stumbled upon this article by iGroove. Now, over the past couple of years, iGroove has done a study where they have taken a ton of data and they have analyzed it to see how much each individual country pays per stream. Now, this article is from 2021, and they do their study about this time every year, so I wouldn't be surprised if this article came out again soon with an updated 2022 edition. But if you want to go read this for yourself, this 2021 edition is at a link in the description of this video. Now, according to iGroove, the goal of this assessment is to firstly help understand Spotify's payout system. However, additionally, it can also give some indication on which countries might be well worth an additional marketing campaign launch. Obviously, in these deliberations, you should always consider the population figure as well, and not just whether the PPS is particularly high or low. Now, the PPS is payout per stream. And as they've said here, the population of a country really does matter. As we'll see when we get down further into the list of nations, places like Ireland and New Zealand pay out a lot more than places like India and Brazil. However, India and Brazil have vastly more people who are listening to music in them compared to New Zealand and Ireland. So both of these are factors that you're going to want to consider when you start thinking about which countries you really want to be targeting. Now, according to this article, the big winners in terms of payout per stream are South Korea and the United Kingdom. The clear frontrunner is South Korea with a PPS 3 times as high as that of the UK, sitting second place. The reason for this is that there is no free option for Spotify in Korea, only premium subscriptions. So you can see that the premium subscription model really drives a tremendous amount of revenue for both Spotify and for the artists. So the more premium users as a percentage are in a country, the much more it's going to pay out per stream. iGroove continues to say, thus it becomes clear what immense influence the free tier has on the PPS, and also why Apple Music, for instance, pays so much more per stream than Spotify does. Other than the UK, the top ranks are exclusively made up of European countries, primarily from Northern Europe, as well as Switzerland, Ireland, and the microstates, Monaco and Liechtenstein. So if you've been paying attention to the tiers of countries that I target in my Facebook advertising for Spotify, this will come as probably no surprise to you outside of South Korea. We generally like to target tier 1 countries. We refer to them as that. And that's generally Western and Northern Europe, as well as the United States and Canada. Now, the US and Canada is not listed here, and we'll see why in a minute. And on that note with the United States, what about just all of the major English-speaking countries worldwide that we also like to focus on in our targeting? Well, iGroove has broken down that data as well. In this chart of the English-speaking countries in comparison, they've given us figures based on 1 million streams in any of these given countries. So if you advertise exclusively in the UK and you get 1 million streams in the UK, you can expect to make in 2021 dollars $5,821.53. Now, if we look at that compared to the United States is $3,974.47. And then Canada is only $2,998.74. So when we look at the top 6 English-speaking countries worldwide, the United Kingdom is double what Canada pays out and 46% more than what the United States pays out. And if you start thinking about this in terms of cost per impression in actual paid advertising, you can see the United Kingdom is a much bigger arbitrage opportunity than the United States or Canada. Now, usually we think of the United States as the place that we want to grow, and I'm not saying that it's not, but the cost per impression in the United States is significantly higher than that of the UK, which means not only are you paying more to get in front of people, you're also making substantially less. So you could effectively double your advertising spend by focusing on the United Kingdom instead of the United States. But if we zoom back out and we take a more global approach, we can come down to their chart that they've put together here, which shows all of these countries in order based on the amount of money they pay out per stream. Now, we've got a few columns here. You've got a column for the payout per stream, then you've got the payout per million streams, and then you've got a comparison for the analysis from the year 2020, whereas this article is from 2021, and then the percentage change from those 2 years. Now, we're not going to go through this whole list, but just looking at some of the countries here, we can see that South Korea is by far the highest payout per stream. You get $17,860 per million streams, compared to the UK, which is $5,800 in second place. Just as they said before, you can see that a lot of the countries in Northern and Western Europe are included in the top section here: Denmark, Iceland, Norway, Monaco, Finland, Switzerland, Ireland, Liechtenstein. Now, if we come down here, we've got the United States and Germany right next to each other at 3,900 and 3,800 per million streams. And coming down, you can see we've got some more kind of tier 2 countries, we like to call them, in France and Belgium. Canada is way down here below that. Spain, Italy, Greece. But let's go all the way down to the bottom countries and what they pay out per stream. I must admit, before I looked at this chart, I expected places like India and Bangladesh and Indonesia to pay out the least amount because we removed them from our targeting because the CPM is so low in those places. But interestingly enough, Turkey is the lowest on the list. Now, I know that I have had a lot of listeners from Turkey, a lot of followers from Turkey, and a lot of results from Turkey with conversion campaigns, specifically on Facebook. But it turns out Turkey really isn't the best place to be targeting from a financial perspective because they pay out so little per stream. Turkey only pays out $594 per million streams compared to $17,000 in South Korea and almost $6,000 in the United Kingdom. So this is evidence as to why maybe we don't want to be targeting Turkey at all, regardless of traffic or conversion campaigns. Down here at the bottom of the list too, we have Russia, which I have gotten a lot of traffic from in the past, as many of you know. Countries like Belarus, Argentina, Indonesia is down here, Philippines. And if we come up here to the middle, let's check out some countries that we generally all get a lot of traffic from and are getting a lot of streams from, both on Facebook and on Spotify. Countries like Brazil and Mexico. So we've got Brazil here paying out $1,100 per million streams. We've got Mexico at $1,200 per million streams. And then India actually pays out more than both of them at $1,254 compared to $1,235 in Mexico. So India is actually a better arbitrage opportunity in terms of pure income compared to both Brazil and Mexico. The CPM in India is substantially less than both Brazil and Mexico, and the country pays out more because they're getting more revenue from Spotify. So as I said earlier with respect to the United Kingdom compared to the United States, I believe there are a lot of arbitrage opportunities here where we can minimize our ad spend and maximize the amount of money we're making off of that. I have made up tiers in the past based predominantly on traffic ads and which countries are actually converting to Spotify. And if you want to check out that list, you can join the DuPree X Discord, link in the description of this video. Go to the data channel, scroll to the top, and you'll find a spreadsheet with basically this breakdown on it of countries organized by tier of what we should be targeting and which ones you should group together. This list works really well when it comes to running Facebook ads. But having looked at this data, I think there's some shuffling that needs to be done here inside of this list. And furthermore, if you've watched last week's video on targeting specific cities of the top 20 artists in the world and where they're getting listened to, you can see that we have a list of cities here that appear in a handful of countries. And I think it's worth comparing this list of countries that are by city here, comparing that to the list of payout per stream to see which countries are responding the most on Spotify to the top 20 artists globally, which countries have the lowest CPM, and which countries have the highest payout per stream. If we can develop a formula there for all of that put together to create a little algorithm of how to make the most off of a dollar spent on advertising, again, I think there's an opportunity for some arbitrage here. In a follow-up video to this one, I'm going to break down all of these numbers. I'm going to go through and pull all the data from these countries, all the data from how much these countries pay out per stream, and how much the CPM is based on my experience here in Facebook ads. And I'm going to find those arbitrage opportunities globally. Also want to compare them to the cities that are responding the most, according to the top 20 artists on Spotify, which I covered in last week's video as well. So if you want to go down this rabbit hole with me and find the arbitrage opportunities on Spotify, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't subscribe to this channel yet, and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when I release this video. Now, it's going to take me a little bit to do all this math and form this little equation that I have to put together, but I intend to do it and I will share it in a later video. So make sure that you are around for that. Now, at the end here, before I let you go, I've got a couple more videos you can check out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.